Hello friends and my dear students, hope you are safe at your places. So we are studying this third year, sixth semester mechanical engineering curriculum of design of machine element, okay, in which we are studying the topic of gear designing in the unit of 5, okay, in which we have also already covered the designing of spur gear, helical gear and bevel gear in the previous sessions. So today we are going to start or discuss few things or basics and terminologies related to the worm gears. So after completion of this, it will try to cover of wearing reactions due to the gear tooth forces, and only the topic which is remaining in your curriculum will be designing of IC engine after studying this particular component as per your the playlist I have designed in the YouTube channel of Engineering College Banswara. Okay, so let's get it started and jump into the worm gear basics. Okay, so worm gear, you can see that it used to transmit the power between the two non-intersecting shafts, okay, which are generally at right angle. Okay, so the worm gear drive consists of a worm and a worm wheel. Okay, the worm is a threaded screw and a worm wheel. Okay, the worm is a threaded screw while worm is a toothed gear. Okay, worm wheel. Now, what are the basic characteristics? The most important or the advantage of this worm gear drive is it will give you the high speed reduction up to 100 to 100 ratio to 1. Okay, it can be obtained by a single pair of worm gear. So if you will arrange a kind of gear train using this worm gear drive, then you may get 1000 is to 1 speed gear ratio reduction. Okay, while worm gear drives are also compact with the small overall dimensions compared to other equivalent spur and helical drives, the operation is also very smooth and silent using these particular drives. And there are provisions for self-locking operations in this particular drive. Now let's discuss what are the drawbacks or the cons of this worm gear drive, which are: efficiency is very low compared to the other types of gear like bevel gear drive, spur gear drive and helical gear drive. The worm wheel in general is made up of phosphorus bronze, which is very costlier material. So overall it will increase the cost of the manufacturing of these gears. It also dissipate or generate a huge amount of heat with the help of this worm drive, so which is required to be dissipated by lubricating oil. So there should be a provision in the housing walls so that the heat generated by the worm gear drive should be properly dissipated. The power transmitting capacity is also very low, okay, which is up to 100 kilowatt for the power transmission. Okay, it can be used. There are few other different types of worms which you can utilize for the better use of this drive. Single threaded worms will give you the large speed reduction, however the efficiency is low, while if you will use multi-threaded worms it will give you high efficiency but the speed reduction is low. So as per your convenience you can select or optimize the utilization of the worms. Okay, there are various utilization of worms as well, you can go through it. Now let's see what are the terminologies, because in your university syllabus most of the time they will give you one numerical on the basis of this worm gear. You have to solve it with the help of your design data book. You can also refer these terminologies in your design data book. Some nomenclature or some notations may be different. Okay, so as you can see here, there is a 4 term terminologies related to the worm gear. Okay, so what is this? Let's see this. Z1 is number of starts on the worm. Okay, Z2 is number of teeth on the worm wheel, Q is diametrical quotient and M is module. So diametrical quotient Q is D1 by M. D1 is pitch circle diameter of worm, M is the module. So if you know the value of module, then you and know the value of Q or diametrical quotient, then you can easily calculate the value of pitch circle diameter of worm. So in the numerical they will just give you like 20 oblique 10 oblique 5 oblique 4. So in this way you can just write down these values as a Z1, Z2, Q and M. Okay, next is your axial pitch. The axial pitch of the worm is defined as the distance measured from a point on one thread to the corresponding point on the adjacent thread, which you are also studying. Lead of the worm is defined as the distance that a point on the helical profile will move when the worm is rotated through one revolution, whole one revolution. So it is a thread advance in 1 turn, okay, or how much thread will move in 1 turn, that is called as lead, which is equals to pitch, axial pitch multiplied by number of starts on the worm. Okay, you can get it with the help of this formula. This is also very crucial whenever you are doing calculations. So the velocity ratio also depends on the number of starts. For the single start it is 20 and above. For the quadruple start it is 6 to 12. So this is the ratio of velocity. Okay. Now you can also see lead angle. The lead angle is defined as the angle between the tangent to the thread at a pitch diameter and a plane normal to the worm axis. The formula for the same is tan gamma is equals to L divided by pi d1. Okay, d1 is your pitch circle diameter of worm. Okay, similarly you can also calculate the value of helix angle, which is complement to the worm lead angle, means the summation of helix angle and worm lead angle is equals to pi by 2. Next is pressure angle. The tooth pressure angle is it is measured in the plane containing the axis of the worm, and it is equal to the 1/2 of the thread angle. Means if you are having the data of the thread angle, then the half of that will be the pressure angle. Okay. Next is your different kinds of enveloping and of worm drives, which are single enveloping worm drive, double enveloping worm drive. Okay. Next is multi or what are the drawbacks. Okay, so depends on these proportions or depends on the transmission ratio, you can also find out some proportions suggested for the worm gears. So these are the preferred values for different kinds of worm gears, and there are some proportions for the worm gears, which are means what will be the value of addendum, it will be equals to m. What will be the value of dedendum, it will be equals to 2.2 cos gamma minus 1. And C is clearance. What will be the value of clearance? That is 0.2 m cos gamma. And similarly other values like outside diameter of the worm, root diameter of the worm, you can calculate. I am not focusing more on this because all these parameters you can fetch up with the help of your design data book. Okay, these formula you should not remember these formula, you can get all these value in your design data book. So go through your design data book on which page number it has been mentioned. So whenever you are solving such numericals, you can also try to solve the numerical on the basis of this. Okay, I am giving you one numerical, just practice if it is possible, and in the next session we will try to cover this numerical and start or jump to the force analysis in the upcoming sessions, force analysis of worm gear. Okay, meanwhile you just stay tuned with Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel for more such updates about different branches of engineering like mechanical, electrical, civil and computer science engineering. Okay, and we will also cover the upcoming topics of designing of IC engine component in the curriculum of design of machine element 2, which is there in the third year 6th semester students of Rajasthan Technical University in the stream of mechanical engineering. Thank you so much for your patience hearing. Do subscribe Engineering College Banswara YouTube channel for more such updates. Okay, thank you so much.